The Nigerian elections are around the corner, and journalists are having a field day analyzing and dissecting. I can't muster up the same enthusiasm, unfortunately. Last election, this was me. But right now, I cannot be bothered. Maybe because in Nigeria, nothing really changes and elections aren't credible. I've grown quite cynical, and as a journalist who has interviewed a lot of politicians and public office holders, I know they're a heartless bunch who lack empathy. I believe journalism should be impactful, but Nigeria renders it almost redundant. These Nigerian politicians do nothing but lie and enrich themselves. And sometimes as a journalist, you think, if I inform and educate people, they'll have the knowledge to make the right decisions. But election after election has proven that to be false. And the reason is simple. A lot of Nigerians don't care about making the right decision at the polls because they are hungry. They want to eat, and politicians understand this and weaponize poverty. Now, according to the report from the World Bank, the share of Nigerians living below the poverty line increased from 56% in 2023 to 61% in 2024, before rising further to 63% in 2025. That is equivalent to about 140 million people out of a supposed 200 million people. Do you see that number? Most of the time, we the educated, the people that have knowledge, will argue that level of poverty will deepen if you elect the wrong person. That person will tank your economy even if he gives you rice today and you vote for him. But then, when we say that, I think we're speaking from privilege. Nigerian isn't totally ignorant. They're just hungry. It is sort of like the chicken and egg situation. Which comes first? A hungry man cannot make a rational decision. I mean, we see it for Esau in the Bible. He sold his birthright for a bowl of porridge. Maybe he was the first politician. Anyway, many Nigerians are stuck in the first and second tiers of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which is the absolute basics of food, shelter, and security. In the 2025 Global Hunger Index, Nigeria ranks 115th out of 123 countries with a score of 32.8 in the 2025 Global Hunger Index. Nigeria has a level of hunger that is very serious. And even for supposed educated and informed people, we still grapple with the basics. According to a CBN Business Expectations Survey, insecurity has emerged as the most significant challenge confronting businesses in Nigeria. In the April edition of the survey, insecurity ranked highest amongst business constraints with an index score of 74.1%. High and multiple taxes followed at 70.5%, while high interest rates scored 67.4%. I'm guessing that's why the CBN retained interest rate at 26.5%. But I digress. So you understand why it is difficult as a journalist whose job it is to inform and educate people to believe your work makes any sort of impact. Nigerians are scared for their lives. They're tired and they're hungry. The hunger and insecurity cannot motivate them to make rational decisions. Even if it did, the institutions are corrupt and can't be trusted to get it right. Otherwise, why would a government that has performed abysmally poor be thinking of a second term and actively campaigning for it? In terms of security, we are the worst we have ever been, churning out wartime numbers on deaths and abductions. Nigeria ranks 146 out of 163 on the Global Peace Index and has security threat index of 8.7 out of 10. You want to talk the economy and macro reforms? Even the IMF has noted that while macroeconomic stability is improving, the immediate cost of reforms has increased poverty and food insecurity, and is advising the Nigerian government to implement targeted, well-funded social safety nets for vulnerable populations. And now you can understand my cynicism and why I am not invested in jumping into the fray of who gets what ticket. Does it really matter?